I ask you a question? Because I think it's something too important not to mention. Do you ever feel like you're in a 12-round bout, always feeling like you're down for the count? You try to be like Muhammad Ali, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, but your punches are wide of the mark, your defensive posture is dormant, you keep taking it upon the chin. That's because you don't size up your opponent. You don't know who you're stepping into the ring with, you don't understand who you're fighting, his style, his tactics, or his end goal. His end goal isn't just to beat you, his end goal is to kill you. So who is your enemy that's stepping into the ring ready to kill you? It's Satan. It always has been, Satan always is, Satan always will be Satan. He's always been plotting your demise since you came out of the womb, planning the ceremony to put you in a tomb. Spiritual warfare is real and it's here to stay, but why do we tend to immediately push that idea away? Is it just us being ignorant, or is it just one of Satan's tactics? Isn't that one of a boxer's main weapons, the idea of deception? To get you to fall for the fake so he can hit you with something real. That's been his number one tactic of all time ever since the Garden of Eden. Surely you won't die from eating the fruit. You eat this, surely you'll be like God, knowing good and evil. But the serpent is just that, a crafty little animal full of deception. He had no other goal than to cause destruction. For Satan continues his side of the fight. He continues to cause you to lose track of what is right. He continues to fill your head with emphatic lies that mistake your identity. He continues to make you lose the confidence to live the way that God intended. So you may ask, how do I fight? It's a simple answer. Have faith. Have faith that Jesus is who he says he is. Have faith that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God. Have faith that Jesus died, was buried for 3 days, and rose again. Have faith that Jesus went down to hell and stole the keys to the grave. Have faith that Jesus has already won. Now this is easier said than done. Heck, if it was, we'd be back in the garden before the serpent came to Eve. Have the faith to invite him into your heart so that he will never leave. He wants to guide you from behind the ropes and love you through every punch because God is for you, not against you. Having faith is hard because of Satan. He longs for every constant decision to be shrouded with indecision, fear, and uncertainty. He will do whatever it takes to separate you from the faith you have in Jesus. So I say again, it's simple. Have faith in the power and love of Jesus Christ. Don't fall for the lie that says you don't do enough good deeds or you haven't paid the fee. Jesus endured the cross to set you free. He just longs to be in a union with you. Now, church, this is where I specifically talk to you. It's time to truly be the church. The church is not just a building to go sing songs and meet every Sunday morning. The church is a community of believers deciding to be in your brother and sister's corner. It's time to wake up, church. You have brothers and sisters who have so desperately fallen into Satan's deception, they're swimming in lies, walking farther and farther into the darkness of oppression. Come on, church, it's time to ring the bell. Time to join our brothers and sisters ringside in this hell. Don't fall for the lie that someone else will step up. Don't fall for the trickery that says you couldn't possibly be any help. I think it's time we start throwing some punches as well. Loving our neighbor like they're actually pretty swell. Sitting with someone who just lost a loved one. Allowing someone to vent because they lost the one. Church, I'm going to be real. We lack empathy. And it's pretty obvious that Satan keeps that in his memory. Now, don't hear me saying that Satan has any power over you. Jesus took the power Satan thought he had, and he will never get it back. But church, we're called to love God with all our hearts, minds, and strength, and love our neighbor as ourselves. Could you imagine what this whole world would be if we truly loved? My objective here is to point out that spiritual warfare is real. So I think it's time that we cut a deal. Let's live this life like we were meant to, by helping our brothers and sisters pull through. We are all a child of the one true King. And that is an entity that Satan can never knock out.